All right. We'll go ahead and validate the match for them. Which, if you've never played Blood Bowl 2, whenever I do that and they're still in game, when they close it, it's going to show an error to them, but I hope they understand that it's not an error, it's just the fact that I validated the game. Boy, that was such a fun game. Man, I love this game so much. I've said it time and again, but there's so much agency. We saw a mirror match tonight between two great coaches with two very different teams, and we saw how that played out. And that's just magical. I love games. I love Blood Bowl. What a fun game this is. All right, next up we have the Dinnerbell Darlings versus Pokératmen. This is going to be Dwarves versus Skaven. So first up we have the Dinnerbell Darlings. The number 2 seed here in the semifinals. They're coming in a TV of 13-10. They've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the full 11-player roster. The Sunday Kid will be out this game. He has a pinched nerve. He will not be playing. But otherwise, a full roster. Very, very hard to take players off the pitch here. Very hard to get removals on a Dwarven team. That's because they almost the entire team has an AV of 9. That means when you roll for an armor break, you got to get a 10 plus on a 2d6. Very hard to do. They all have the block skill as well. And if that weren't enough, they all have fixed skull. You can see Doug the Minotaur here. He is the Division B champion. He was also undefeated, went 7-0-0, gave up just 1 touchdown in regular play here in the Chaos Cup, and that was to a Skaven team, and he's up against one tonight. You can see he's done a great job of spreading out SPP. We've seen so far every coach we've looked at here in the semifinals has done a fantastic job of that, and he's done what dwarves do. He has picked up a lot of guard. Guard means that these players are going to lend assists even if they are marked. Dwarves are slow. They like to stay huddled up. They like to get those blocks and get those assists. Guard's going to get him those assists. So he is going to bash all night long. That is his game plan. Gravy Crockett, the Troll Slayer, he has Dauntless, he has Frenzy, he has Mighty Blow. A very, very scary player. The 2 runners, one is level 1, Guac Holiday, but Kevin Bacon's a level 3 runner. He has picked up the block skill, and he's picked up an extra point of strength. He has been lifting weights. He is a strength 4 runner. He's got Doug the Minotaur has 3 team rerolls, 1 apothecary, and a massive fan factor of 7. Tonight he will be up against the Pokératmen of Artificial Bunny. Artificial Bunny coming in at a TV of 14-10. That means he's giving up 100k in petty cash back to the Dinnerbell Darlings. We'll talk about what that means in just a second. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A 12-player roster for the Pokératmen. 1 spare player just in case, and that's because most of these players are AV7 as opposed to AV9. They're very, very brittle, but 3 gutter runners. These are the fastest pieces in Blood Bowl with an MA of 9. They all have dodge as well. He's leveled them all up in very different ways. He has the number 7 gutter runner. He's picked up sprint. That means he can GFI for 3 spaces instead of 2. Pikachu, the number 6 gutter runner, has picked up the block skill. He's a blodger. He has block and dodge. That means only a POW will knock him down on a block. And Minin, the gutter runner, he has wrestle. He has 2 heads. And of course, there it is. He's got strip ball. Where's his 2 heads? Where's the second head? I can't see his second head, but he's got one. He's got a second head. Strip ball makes him a very, very scary player as well. We see one of the 2 Storm Vermin. The Storm Vermin are the Skaven Blitzers. One has picked up Mighty Blow, and then he's got Bidoof, the Rat Ogre. Did he pick up Juggernaut? Is that what I see there? He did pick up Juggernaut. All right. So he's picked up Juggernaut. If he gets a both down result, he'll be able to get the push with this Frenzy Rat Ogre, who has Mighty Blow, has a prehensile tail, but of course he is a wild animal. 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 5 fan factor, 1 coach assistant. He has the advantage in coach assistants. We'll see if that works out on the kickoff event table for him. In this version of the rules, cheerleaders and coach assistants effectively work the same way, unlike BB 2020. SP Beaver says, was that a smaller rat on the Rat Ogre? Smaller rat on the Rat Ogre. Why, it sure is. Look at that little guy. Look at him. Ah, isn't he just adorable? Just the cutest disgusting vermin I've ever seen. We haven't talked about the number 10 lineman here, who is a sneaky get. Sneaky get means that typically when you foul a player, it's a straight armor roll. You do get assists that will reduce the armor roll by 1, or rather increase your armor roll by 1. It reduces the opposite AV by 1. But if you ever roll doubles on a foul, whether that's your armor break or your injury roll, you get called off the pitch. The coach, or I'm sorry, not the coach, the ref catches you, calls you off the pitch, you're out of the game for the rest of the game. Sneaky get means if the foul does not work, if you don't break armor, well, it doesn't matter if you roll doubles or not, you will not be called off. That means this player is going to be fouling a whole lot in this game. How are the two teams going to play against each other tonight? I think they're going to stick to their game plans for their individual races. I think the Dwarven team is going to cage up. They're going to ball up on the pitch. They're going to bash, bash, bash all day long. They're going to try to open up that hole and plod down the pitch. They're not very fast. They have an MA of 4. Typically, when they're caged up, that cage is just going to move at an MA of 4. The runners do have an MA of 6. But really, they're just going to open up a hole and move that cage 1 or 2 spaces at a time until he can get the end zone to score. The Skaven team, on the other hand, they can score whenever they want. Those gutter runners are super fast. He has a gutter runner with sprint. Remember, that's 9 plus 3. That is 12 spaces. There are 13 spaces from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. That means he is a 1-turn touchdown threat. He just needs to get 1 push on that gutter runner to be able to score with him in 1 turn. That's very easy to do. We'll see if he can pull it off, or even if he needs to pull it off tonight. The Skaven team, on defense, they're going to back off. They're going to hold this Dwarven team to just a single blitz a turn if they can at all help it, and they're just going to try to stay in front of that cage. Just keep it to 1 turn, 1 space of movement a turn. You only have 8 turns. 8 spaces is not enough to score. If they can do that, they can hold them on defense. On offense, it's a little bit trickier for this Skaven team. The Skaven team is going to have to decide when they want to score. If they score too early, they might give the Dwarven team enough time to come back and score. They don't have a kicker, so they can't really leverage a kicker against the Dwarven team, which would have been a great pickup to get if he could have done it. Otherwise, he's got a decision to make. He can either try to score early, get the ball back, score again, or depending on how the kickoff goes with the coin toss, he can try to win 2-1, but it's going to be really, really tricky, because if he tries to stall, that's just more time that the Dwarven team is going to be able to pound him into the ground. He really needs to avoid these blocks and use his speed to his advantage, and it's really going to come down to the coin toss, I think. If he wins the coin toss, he's almost certainly going to be on defense to start with. That's going to guarantee he has a full 11 players, and then he can try to get the ball back on defense. If he can do that, he can score. Then he can score immediately again on the next turn. He'll be up 2-0. Otherwise, if he can stop the offense with his defense, that'll be great. But then he has he has to play it a little more carefully on his half of the game. If he scores too quickly, if he scores in, say, 2 turns, that's still plenty of turns for the Dwarven team to try to score. He'll probably want to not score for at least a quarter, which means if it turns out it's 0-0 in the half and we see the Pokératmen on offense in the second half, he'll probably pull that ball back. When he receives the ball, the kickoff, instead of moving forward, he'll probably run backwards. And that's just a good way to stall for a couple of turns. And then he can use his speed to try to get past the Dwarven team. All right, this game is underway. 100K going to the Dinnerbell Darlings. We'll see what he picked up. I imagine a bribe. A bribe would be lovely. Game already underway. I am sadly mistaken. There's no bribe here. There are 2 star players. We've got Boomer the Bombardier, and we've got Barrack Farblast himself. 2 secret weapons on the pitch. That means they're only going to be in the game for this drive. Takes a blitz with the thrower. Gets a stun on General Custer. So the Pokératmen indeed on defense to start this drive. They're just going to try to stay alive. But already It is turn 1. We didn't miss that much. 2 KOs for the against the Pokératmen. 2-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings in turn number 1. Oh man. And Bidoof, poor Bidoof is stunned. Oh boy. Left sure does move fast. Dinnerbell Darlings did indeed pick up a bribe as well, so they must have dipped heavy into their into their treasury to pick up those 2-star players. Got a bribe with the 100K, got 2-star players. They got a Bombardier, and they got Barrack Fire Blast. He's got the Hail Mary pass, he's got the pass skill, he's got strong arm as well, and dodge. That means, are we going to see a Dwarven team actually pass? Who do you pass to? Turn 2, now back to the Dinnerbell Darlings. 2-die block against Sand Slash, the number 13 lineman. They'll get the knockdown due to the block skill. Offensive line crossing the line of scrimmage here on turn 2. You don't see that often with a Dwarven team, but here you go. 2-die blitz on a gutter here, or I'm sorry, 3-die blitz on the gutter runner. They didn't have a strength of 2. Wrestle skill in play there by the gutter runner. Ball carrier is going to move up to the 2-yard line. While this goes on, why don't I shift some things? Oh, I can't shift things around. Under a minute to go in turn 2 here. The Dinnerbell Darlings are going to lose these 2-star players at the end of this drive because they are secret weapons. Secret weapons bring something illegal onto the pitch. You can see the Bombardier has a big barrel of bombs. And the thrower, who's about to foul, he's got a giant cannon on his back. Wow! Gets a stun, but does not get called off the pitch. I was looking for more. When you can foul a gutter runner, you do so. But because these weapons are not legal in the game of Blood Bowl, if you roll doubles on the foul... I'm sorry, after one drive, the ref will catch up and be like, wait, what? What's going on? What's that on your back? Get off the pitch. Pokératmen have a Rattata, Storm Vermin down pitch. Stand up blitz with the Rat Ogre, 2-die blitz. This is not going to work out. All right. All right. I have no idea what just happened. What on earth just happened there? Oh, he had Juggernaut. That's right. He had Juggernaut. He had both that result, used Juggernaut, got the push out of it. And then, of course, he had Frenzy. Got the Frenzy follow-up, failed the GFI on the Frenzy block. Spent the reroll on Loner. It didn't work out. Two-die block now. Turn 3 back to the Dinnerbell Darlings. 2-die block on Sand Slash. Gets the knockdown. Got a 2-die coming up on Raichu by Paul Funyon. Gets the knockdown here as well. Gets an injury on Raichu. That's a 3-man player advantage now. And a pinched nerve. He's going to miss the next game. That's big. 3-man player advantage now for the Dinnerbell Darlings, and it's only turn 3. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go here for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Again, the Dinnerbell Darlings went undefeated in their division in the Chaos Cup. They went 7-0-0. They gave up just 1 touchdown so far this season, and that was to an opposing Skaven team. 2-die blitz now by Gravy Crockett. Gets the knockdown on Sandshrew. All these knockdowns are great. All these blocks. This is what the Dwarven team wants to do. They're a bashy team. They're a squarely bashy team, and they're up against a very brittle opponent. I imagine we'll see another foul attempt on the Gutter Runner. There's 4 assists. Here it comes. Oh, that's a foul if I've ever seen one. It gets a stun. Still won't get caught off, so he'll save his bribe here. Boy, that's not a cleat to the face. That's a cannon. That's a cannon to the face. Turn 3 back to the Pokératmen. They're down 3 players. At this pace, they'll have 3 players left at the end of the half. Stands up, Sand Slash at the line. S'mores Dragon says he's the most aggro dwarves I've ever seen. I mean, he shot a cannon at his face! And all it did was stun Minin. He is a pro. 1 die block against Boomer. It's going to be both standing result due to the block skill. Stand up blitz, this time by Bidoof, the Rat Ogre. Gets a push. It's going to be a frenzy follow-up here. He'll get the knockdown this time. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Has movement left with the Rat Ogre, but he won't move with an AG at 2. He'll stay there marking Butch Casserole. Turn 4 back to the Dinnerbell Darlings. 2-die block to start things off. Gets the knockdown on the number 9 lineman, Sandshrew. Doesn't break armor. Offense in great shape here. He could move down pitch, but man, that Gutter Runner. 2-die block breaks armor. Gets a stun out of it. Gotta take a mark on Bidoof the Rat Ogre. Here comes the blitz. Works it. Oh, failed the dauntless roll. Got a 2-die block out of it anyway due to guard. He's gonna get the knockdown here. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Might see the foul here. Probably wants to move. Well, I don't know. Soy Rogers is giving an assist against Minin. Minin's a level 4 Gutter Runner too. Not only is a Gutter Runner with an AV of 7, but there's a lot of SPP tied up in this player. Artificial Bunny, of course. Not doing commentary anymore. Gets a stun on Minin. He's looking for more out of this. Still doesn't get called off the pitch. Really wants to take this Gutter Runner out of the game, or perhaps even out of his career, or perhaps even out of his life. Knuffle altar. What on earth? Who got a Knuffle altar? Doug the Minotaur bought a Knuffle altar? Holy moly. I never look at someone's stadium. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, man. Turn 4 back to the Pokératmen. Final turn of the first quarter. Pokératmen down 3 players. They have a stunned Gutter. They stand up Bidoof the Rat Ogre. Good dodge by the number 2 Storm Vermin. Takes a mark on the ball carrier, Kevin Bacon. Remember, he has a strength of 4. Takes a mark against General Custer. He's on the right-left corner of the cage here. Good dodge to take the 3-die uphill block on Kevin Bacon. It's going to have to be a both standing result. Wow. That was a great die roll for an uphill block. A 3-die uphill block, but the both standing is going to save Kevin Bacon. SP Verb says, should have re-rolled. A re-roll would have almost certainly been a turnover, but I guess if you're going to take the 3-die uphill, why not? Takes a mark on General So, the number 7 Blitzer, and that'll be the turn. Second quarter begins here. The Dinnerbell Darlings on offense to start this game. They have 3 re-rolls, and they're in pretty good shape. Pokératmen very aggressive on their defense here. They're trying to keep the aggression up, but they are losing players. Pikachu, the number 6 Gutter Runner, got in here for the blitz. He's in a little bit of trouble, but remember, he's a blodger, so only a pal's going to knock him down. 2-die block. He got 2 pals. And now Pikachu's in a lot of trouble. SPB for S, does Bunny realize that dwarves love it when they get tackle zones on all the players? Gets a push on the marking Storm Vermin. They're going to push number 2 away behind the ball carrier. Well behind the ball carrier. 2-die block on Bidoof's going to be a push. Doesn't follow up. He wants to free up the 2 Dwarven players here, the Troll Slayer and the number 11 Longbeard, Butch Casserole. Troll Slayer blitz. First block gets a POW. He's not going to get the second block. Breaks armor, gets a stun. Continues moving with the blitzer. When you take a blitz in Blood Bowl, it's a once per turn action. One of your players can blitz. It's basically a move and a block all rolled into one. You spend one of your movement points to take your block. You take a block like normal. But you can continue moving after the block, so it's a very, very powerful skill. It should be noted that Frenzy players who have to follow up, if they have to take another blitz, or if they have to take another block, they have to spend another movement point to do it. And if that moves them into GFI territory, they've got a GFI. Kevin Bacon on the opposing 4-yard line over in the right wide zone. Trying to figure out where he'll be most protected. He'll move Butch Casserole back to play some protection on the ball carrier as well. There he goes. And there's another foul. And still cannot take Minnan off the pitch. He can take cannons for days. Don't you know his weakness is not cannon? Turn 5 back to the Pokératmen. I imagine at the end of this turn, Minion's going to try to dodge away to avoid yet another foul. SP Beaver says, do the uphill blitz. To Minion. Do the three die uphill blitz? Why not? Breaks armor with the Rat Ogre. Gets an injury on the Bombardier. The Bombardier is out for the game. See you later, Boomer. 2-man player advantage now for the Dinnerbell Darlings. He is doing the stand-up blitz. That's not gonna do it. Why did he do that? Took the push. I guess he wanted to get away. Oh, wrestle. Yeah. Good call. Minion tried to dodge away. He's like, I got 2 heads. I got AG4. Who's gonna stop me? Minion finds himself on the ground again. I think he's gonna find himself fouled again. Turn 6 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. That is something I like a whole lot about Blood Bowl 3. I find the iconography a lot easier to read than this. Like in this game, I know it's different strokes for different folks. Some people prefer this iconography. But in this game, all these icons are just pictures, right? You just have to know what the pictures mean. But in Blood Bowl 3, there's a common iconography to it. They have a system. So the colors mean something. The iconography all looks the same. They're all the same colors, the same tones. And it's much easier for me to read that and understand what the skills mean. I think they did I think the graphic design team did a really, really good job with it. Takes a mark on Sand Slash and Eradicate down pitch. He's going to get the 2-die block on Sand, or 2-die blitz rather on Sand Slash. He's going to break. I spoke too soon. He is indeed going to break armor, but I didn't know that ahead of time. Gets a KO. It's back to a 3-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings. SB Beaver says, but I've spent 3 years learning these icons already. I understand. I understand. Man, I love that he has a Nuffle altar. I love that so much. It makes me so happy. Kevin Bacon's going to be caged up on the opposing 4-yard line. He is virtually unopposed by this Skaven team right now. I imagine we'll get 1, maybe 2 assists on Minion. Another foul coming up by Barrack Farblast. You want to foul with the star player because he's not a permanent player on the roster. So if he gets called off, who cares? He's gonna, well, not that he's not just a permanent player on the roster, but he's a secret weapon. He's gonna get called off the pitch anyway at the end of the drive. Yeah, there's the 2 assists. Here's that foul. And he gets the injury finally, and he still didn't get called off. Theopo's spent. Minion, is he going to stay in the game? He is going to stay. That's why you pay the big bucks to your apothecary. Minion took a cannon right to the eyeball. Theopo gets spent. And Doogie Howser saves the day. He says, don't worry, this bandage will help. SB Beaver says, to be fair, that cannon is hard to see. I can see how the ref missed it. Yeah, Yeah, who would ever see that? Turn 6 for the Pokératmen. They don't have a whole lot of players standing on the pitch right now. We've seen 2 3-die blitzes on Kevin Bacon in a row. We probably won't see another one here. He was leveraging wrestle there to try to make that 3-die uphill worthwhile. 2-die blitz on Paul Funyon, and he'll get a push. Follow up on the block here. Both down result. He's going to take this because of the Juggernaut skill. Paul Funyon is now in danger of being surfed. Pokératmen are moving players down pitch. They're really not going to get any time to score on this half. Where's their sprinter? Where's their sprinter? Oh, he kept his sprinter off the pitch. I think that's a good call. Turn 7 now for the Dinnerbell Darlings. It is almost, well, they'll take the block on number 15. If that works out, it's almost certain the Salt will turn 8. But one way or another, the Pokératmen are going to get a turn here in this half. One minute, 18 seconds left for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They have all 3 rerolls. Still have their bride. 2-die block gets a push on Morpeko. They'll push him out here. There's another 2-die block on Morpeko coming up. Takes the assist on the Radiger. Currently a 1-die block on Bidoof. You can make it a 1-die skilled block. He has the block skill. That would be in his favor. You could bring in another assist to make that a 2-die block. Here it is. Blitz for the 2-die. Gets the knockdown. Well done. This is going to free up Paul Funyon to move down pitch. $20 seconds to go for the Darlings here. Trying to figure out where is safest. Kevin Bacon is going to move to the 24-yard line. We'll see Gravy Crockett and Wyatt Burp follow up. Barrick Fireblast, he's going to get behind on the 18-yard line here to exert some tackle zones. Wyatt Burp moves back. Here's Gravy Crockett to move back as well. 4 seconds left. 2 players left to action. Takes the 1-die block against Morpeko. Gets a push. And it'll probably move Paul Funyon down pitch. Here he comes. Good mark on Raticate. Turn 7 now for the Pokératmen. I think at this point it's just about keeping your players alive. SP Beer says no foul with the star player. He wanted to stop this here. Stop this movement. You got the mark on Raticate, but I mean, you know, AG3 positive dodge. You want to get the tackle zone there as well. All right, I could just be wrong. You could just fail the dodge. Spent the reroll here. Gets the mark on Gravy Crockett. That's not sure what the play is there. Oh my goodness, 2-die uphill points. Oh, I don't think that was worth it. I don't think that was worth it. Tried to stop the score. Pikachu's in real trouble here. He's gonna pull in more assists to try to stop that surf. Just ain't gonna happen. Moves Sandshrew down pitch to kind of keep him safe. moves Rattata, the number 2 Storm Vermin, down pitch to keep him safe as well. Turn 8 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Yeah, get that assist. we're about to see a gutter runner go surfing. 3-die block of push is all he needs here. There it is. Will Pikachu stay alive? He does. Pikachu stays alive. Wow. Dinnerbell Darlings here. He does have a reroll. He'll probably take the blocks. Yeah. Gets a knockdown here on Raticate. I always get nervous at this point in the game. I'm just like, I'll score. But the right call is to take the blocks. And there's the score. 1-0. The Dinnerbell Darlings put on a clinic here in the first half. They're going to go up 1-0. But remember, that sprint gutter runner is in the reserve box. He'll come out for a single turn. If the Pokératmen can just get one push on him, they can score in one turn. We'll see if he can set it up. More specifically, I should say one push forward. Often you got to push a player around a bunch. Derek Fireblast sent off the pitch, so both star players are out of the game. And you can see the Dinnerbell Darlings setting up way back on the end zone. They're going to put 3 players on the line. For a legal formation, you have to put 3 players on the line. You can put a maximum of 2 players in either wide zone. Everything else is fair game. Or I should say, you have to put 3 players on the line if you have 3 players to put on the line. Guac Holiday, the 0 SPP. The 0 SPP runner. He's going to be on the line. He's a sacrificial runner. All right, the Pokératmen. Do they have a one-turn setup? It looks like they may. So it looks like they're going to try to push somebody into this pocket and then try to push the number 7 gutter runner out here. That means he's going to have to fill in these gaps here. Oh, no, he doesn't need to fill in the gaps. He needs to fill in these gaps, which he has done. And then he can get the push here. And then it's going to have to be, well, either a pass or a pass handoff or something. But one push will do it. And then he's got to get through the gauntlet. He only has sprint and dodge. He has no other skills to keep him safe. He doesn't have the block skill. Here's the kick. The Pokératmens are going to need an extra reroll. They don't need it. Oh, no! Wow! All right. He's got the ball. All right. He doesn't need to roll for the pickup. Let's go. Let's go. He's going to need to do 2 blocks. Here's the first. Too nice. Oh, he needs the push here. He needs the push. He spends the reroll, doesn't get the push. That is unfortunate. Not going to be able to score. Well, unless he can get somebody else to push this player. Let's see. Is there anything he can do? Anything at all? No, he really can't. There's just nothing to do. Good effort. Good effort. So what do you need to do there? He had the gap. He had the gap here. This is the player he wants to get down. Pitch. He wants to push this player here. So here comes the foul. 100 assists on the foul. It doesn't get called off the pitch. So he wanted to take the blitz, to move the play, push the player into here, then take the block on this player to get the chain push, right? That pushes this player out here. Then he hands off to this player, and now he has 12 movement to get to the end zone. That was the play. Didn't quite work out. But good effort. 1-0. The Dinnerbell Darlings are going to be in the lead here at halftime. The Pokératmen are going to be on offense, and now it's tricky. Now it's tricky. They can score very quickly, but they've got to do the calculus on how early is too early to score against this Dwarven team. Do they want to score early and then try to get the ball back and win 2-1, or do they want to score late and try to win the coin toss in overtime? If they can get to overtime and win the coin toss, they can very well win this game as long as they have enough players on the pitch. Dinnerbell Darling setting up on defense again. This time setting up with a proper defense. You can see very same defense we saw El Nubarino set up with his Dark Elves in the previous game. He has these little L's in here to prevent the blitzes on the high dollar players, and spreading out these players to screen out the entire pitch against this very fast Skaven team. Skaven team set up strong on the right side. Says, nope, that is not the formation I want. 5-man line. He's going to try to block down the defensive line. The Rat Ogre in the halfback position. All three gutter runners on the pitch. $11 v. 10 in the Dinnerbell Darlings' favor. One-man player advantage for the Dwarves. Wow, this is a very interesting offense here. He's not putting a lot of players on the line. Three-man offensive line for the Pokératmen. That means they'll have to pull a player up to get the assist to get the 2-die blocks. Here's the kick. It's a quick snap. Everybody gets to move one. Adjacent. Very shallow kick. That's either going to be a shallow kick in favor of the Dinnerbell Darlings, or it's going to be a touchback, and the Pokératmen won't have to roll for this. Boot Polish says that guard tackle will trap him. Fair enough. I would have still blocked him down. I would have knocked them all down or pushed them back or something. But it's a fair point. It's a fair point. He wants to keep his players mobile, and that's totally fair tactic. And it is not a touchback. Turn 9 for the Pokératmen. This ball is so close to the defense. Action order is important here. They need to protect the ball first. And indeed, that's exactly what they're doing. Boot Polish says he did it to me. Fair enough. Going for the ball, pick up here, works out, 2+ pickup, and moves the ball right back to his own 14-yard line. Hands off to number 5. And then, yeah, number 5's moving back to his own 22-yard line. This is what we were talking about in the pregame. He's pulling back here on offense. This is the way that he can stall while saving his players. 2-die blitz with the Rat Ogre. Gets the knockdown. Must follow up due to frenzy. 2-die block. He is going to block down the line. All right. I can dig it. Final 2-die block on the line. Gets the POW. Gets the POW in Queso Bill. Doesn't follow up here. He's going to keep that player free from this marking defensive line. Well done. Good blitz by the Pokératmen. And they're going to take a mark by the number 10 lineman. This is the sneaky get. He's going to mark Butch Casserole. Failed dodge by number 10. He won't spend this reroll. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he... but he second guessed it. He said, no, I don't want to take the mark. Tried to get back out to safety. Failed the dodge. Doesn't spend the reroll. Got KO'd. Oh, that's how it works. Yeah, I took that mark and said, wait, no, I don't want to be marked. I don't want to give you that block. Butch Casserole with the tackle skill. Lots of players with the tackle skill. These are dwarves, after all. Turn 9 for the Dinnerbell Darlings now. Their first turn of the second half. They're piling into mid-pitch here. They're going to take the 2-die on Bidoof. Going to get the knockdown. Has to follow up with the Troll Slayer. Broke armor. Got a stun on the big guy. Well done. One minute to go in the turn. Pulling in their defense here. They got a lot of assists here at mid-pitch. They're giving up the right wide zone a little bit, but that's okay because the Pokératmen pulled back so far. And you can see Doug the Minotaur not taking the bait. He says, I am up 1-0. I'm going to leave my secondary intact. You've got to come my way sooner or later. Foul on the big guy. Gets an injury. He's going to get called off here. Injured the big guy. Bribe got spent. Bidoof fouled. He has been removed from the pitch and the ref didn't see a thing. Great foul there for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They took out a huge thorn in their side. No pun intended. Bidoof out for the rest of the game. That's a massive 5 strength that has been removed from the Pokératmen team. That 5 strength was doing marking duties. He could mark a bunch of dwarves and keep them from moving. And now the Pokératmen are going to have to work that much harder. 2-die blitz. They're going to get the knockdown on the Troll Slayer. They get a stun out of it. S'mores Dragon says the Bidoof fan club will not stand for this corruption. Two-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings. 10v8 on the pitch. Double skulls here. On the block roll on the left side of the line, has to spend a reroll. The Pokératmen down to 2 rerolls for the game. The sprint gutter runner is going to move forward to the 4-yard line. 55 seconds left. Pikachu, the Blodger gutter runner, shifts laterally to the left on his own 12-yard line. 45 seconds left in the turn. The 2-headed ball carrier is going to advance to mid-pitch on the 12-yard line. Turn 10 now for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They're keeping their defense. Look at this impeccable defensive formation. They're keeping it intact. They're taking their blocks. They're doing an excellent job here. I would say as excellent a job on defense so far as they did on offense. Okay, so Bill's going to move forward and mark Sandshrew, the number 9 lineman, on the left side of the line. All these marks are just fine because of all this guard. If these marks stay intact, he's going to get a bunch of blocks. 2-die blitz on Sandshrew. He's going to get the knockdown. 8+ will break armor, I should say. Doesn't get it, but that's okay. That's the turn, keeping the defense intact. Turn 11 for the Pokératmen. I think the Pokératmen don't mind this too much, but they're still going to have to work to score. They have plenty of turns to do it, but this just means that they get more time to stall. Once we get into the 4th quarter, they might be more willing to score, but it's going to depend on how many players they have left on the pitch. They only have 8 so far. And the more this drive drags on, the more likely they're going to lose more players. Pikachu moves to the 16-yard line. Looks like he's going to try to pass. I'm sorry, Minun moves to the 16-yard line. Nope, he just says, I'm going to stay on the 16-yard line. Fair enough. The 2 gutter runners are just running sprints back and forth across the width of the pitch. 2-die blitz over in the left wide zone gets a push on the big Ragu, the number 14 Longbeard. Left wide zone wide open here, but there are 2 defensive backs in the way still. Good dodge on the line. GFIs to move the number 11 lineman forward to space. Good dodge by the thrower on the right side of the line. Boy, what a turn. Turn 11 now for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Oh man. A little dance going on here. Dinnerbell Darlings have a couple of options. They can get aggressive. They probably don't want to. They can move their defense to the left, or they can move their defense back. Looks like they're going to mark some players on the left. They're definitely going to take a blitz somewhere. Minute 10 left in turn 11. Shifting his defense over to the left wide zone. Takes a mark on number 11. Here comes the blitz. Two-die blitz on number 7. Looking for the knockdown here. He'll get it. Spent a reroll. Dinnerbell Darlings down to 2 rerolls. He wanted to take this gutter runner off the pitch. Didn't work out. Needed to roll an 8. He rolled a 6. Takes a mark on Rattata, the number 2 Storm Vermin. This little contingent over in the left wide zone. Everybody's marked except for the downed player. That's what dwarves like to do. They mark, they take blocks, they punch. And if the Skaven team wants to dodge away, that's a lot of die rolls. Not sure what the plan is, really. He had a Artificial Bunny had a little contingent right here of players all grouped up, which meant it was very easy to encircle this contingent here. He has 3 players way deep in the backfield, and that's basically it. So Dinnerbell Darlings are now advancing down pitch with a couple of players. 2 of the faster players. They have Guac Holiday with an MA of 6. They have Gravy Crockett with an MA of 5. And General Custer with an MA of 5 as well. He's going to move down pitch and mark the thrower. This is going to mark everyone on the pitch except for the gutter runners. Turn 12 now for the Pokératmen. Pokératmen with 8 players on the pitch. 1 die block. Double skulls. That will be a turnover. And now... Poor Minin. Got double skulls on the 1 die block. That'll do it. Here's the blitz on Minin. This is a mighty blow blitz too. 2 die blitz. It's gonna be a dodge push with a, oh no, it's actually gonna be a knockdown. Oh, he wants to go for the surf. Fair enough. Frenzy follow up here. And this will be a dodge push to surf the ball carrier. Well done, and gets the KO. Well done by Doug the Minotaur. We'll see where the ball comes back in on the pitch. Boy, Doug the Minotaur couldn't be happier about that. Ball gets thrown right back into mid-pitch. The Dinnerbell Darlings will easily cage up on this ball. And now it's going to be really... Kevin Bacon's going to be able to pick the ball up at one point. It's going to be really, really tough for this Skaven team to try to recover this ball at this point. 3-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Takes a 2-die block on Radicate. It's going to get a pal here as well. Two die block. This time on Sandshrew. Gets a push. He'll follow up for sure. Indeed he does. When you take a block that pushes a player back, you may follow up or stay put. If you follow up, it's a free movement. Good pickup by Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon, if he stays alive, it's very likely he will. He's going to level up. He'll be a level 4 runner for the finals if the Dinnerbell Darlings advance. Turn 13 for the Pokératmen. Final quarter of play. The Pokératmen are in a lot of trouble. They have 5 players that are off the ball. Really 4 players that are off the ball, but 1 prone player, Rattata, as well. And then 2 players in front of the ball, one of which is marked. Failed the dodge by number 2. He has to spend the reroll to keep this drive alive. He does. Good dodge by Rattata. He'll take a mark on number 2. Two die block by that strength 4 thrower. Gets the knockdown. And now Pikachu. Going for the blitz on the ball carrier. Pikachu's finally injured. Fails the dodge. And he has a broken neck. Oh no. Failed the dodge. Pikachu with a broken neck that's going to reduce his AG from 4 to 3. And that is probably the end of Pikachu's career. R.I.P. But, well, I guess he's not dead. But happy retirement. Can't imagine Artificial Bunny's going to keep him on the roster after that injury. Sports Dragon says, what kind of monster would break Pikachu's neck? I can just picture it. What kind of monster would break Pikachu's neck? Troll Slayer Blitz. Here we come. First blitz. First block of the blitz. 2-die blitz. They'll get a push. They'll get a 2-die follow-up due to Frenzy. And this will be the knockdown. Well done. Looking for a 9 this time. Doesn't get it. Boy, the Pokératmen. Are we going to see a heroic blitz by Morpeko? I mean, I don't know what else can happen at this point. Not looking good for the Pokératmen. Kevin Bacon's going to move to the left side of the pitch. Oh, he's going to nestle in right here. Fair enough. Where's Paul Funyon going to end up? Turn 14 for the Pokératmen. Only one standing player on the pitch. Go for it, buddy. I believe in you. Pokératmen with no rerolls remaining. Good. Ooh, lots of good dodges by the number 7 gutter runner. He's gonna move back to play some defense. Kevin Bacon is in scoring position currently. Another good dodge, this time by Rattata, the number 2 Storm Vermin. He's going to move behind this cage, but it's not going to mark. No rerolls remaining for the Pokératmen. Any failed roll is going to be a turnover. They have 3 turns to get this ball back and score to tie. If they tie, we'll go into overtime. Under a minute playing turn 14. He's going to try a dodge. 2 good dodges. Oh, boy. He gets the number 11 lineman back into position on his own 10-yard line. Another dodge, this time by the Mighty Blow Storm Vermin. 50 seconds left. I mean, all that's left is the blitz, right? Here it is. No blitz. He's going to get in front of Kevin Bacon. It's not going to stop him from... Well, it's not going to stop him anyway. Turn 14 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. I don't think they're going to score on this turn. They absolutely don't have to. They can move over into the right wide zone with relative ease, but they might want to take some blocks. And, I mean, this gutter runner is quite a target. That's exactly what he's going to do. Here's the blitz. Here's the old 3-die blitz on the gutter runner. Only gets a push out of it. Oh, you lucky son of a gun. SB Beaver says he's moving left, not right. Why run from a good fair fight? Shifts over 1 space. He's now 1 GFI from scoring, I think. Yep, 1 GFI away from scoring. It's going to take a whole bunch of marks. Dinnerbell Darlings are up 1-0. They don't have to score to win. They just need to hold on to the ball. But a touchdown's always a good thing. You get 3 SBP for scoring a touchdown. That'll be turn 14. 2 turns left in regular play in this game. Turn 15 for the Pokératmen. They need a miracle. They need a miracle, and they need to end this turn in scoring position. So they're going to need to leave Raticate, probably Raticate behind, maybe Sandshrew. Looks like this, well, that's not going to do it. Looks like he's saving his gutter runner. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, he can score. He can score with this gutter runner. That's a sprint gutter runner. So he's in scoring position. You need 3 GFIs to do it without rerolls. The winner of this game will advance to the Chaos Cup Finals to face off against That's Kind of Catchy and Sweet Bunny, a Dark Elf team. We saw them earlier in the evening. Here's the blitz. Failed the dodge. Had to try. Needed a 6 on that dodge. Didn't work out. SBB for the emergency GFI warning. It won't matter, not with a dodge. 2-die block gets the PAL against the number 11 lineman here. He'll advance the rest of these dwarves right outside the end zone. Not a whole lot that the Pokératmen can do. They're going to get 1 more turn to try to do it, though. If they can blitz down the number 7 gutter runner, they guarantee that the Pokératmen can't score. Setting up the cage for Kevin Bacon. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that. That's an actual Nuffle altar. Oh, Praise be. Praise be. He's not going to try to blitz the gutter runner. He's just going to keep this ball super safe and secure. SB Beaver prayed to Nuffle. That's right. That's right. Get your prayers in now. There you go. All right. Handoff by Kevin Bacon. Fails the handoff. He's trying to get some SPP here. Failed the pickup. But that ball is very, very safe. Final turn of this game. Oh boy, you want a GFI to pick that ball up and then pass? I believe in you. You can do one GFI with the thrower, but you've got some dodges to make. That ain't gonna do it. Turn 16 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. He's gonna try to get some SPP in the hands of whoever this is, but he can't do it. Soy Rogers, that'll be the game. 1-0, the Dinnerbell Darlings are going to advance to the Chaos Cup Finals. Well done. The Big Ragu, the MVP for tonight. What did he do? He didn't do anything. Rattata, the MVP for the Pokératmen. You can see the Dinnerbell Darlings dominating ball possession tonight. That was going to happen no matter who won tonight, but still, very good game. Just 10 SPP for the Dinnerbell Darlings, 7 for the Pokératmen. Boy, what a fun game. I love this game so much. And that'll do it for the semifinals. So we'll bring up the bracket, which we've already established I have coded incorrectly, so it's not gonna show the advancements here. But that's kind of catchy, and the Dinnerbell Darlings are going to advance to the advance to the Chaos Cup Finals. That'll be Dark Elves versus Dwarves. That will be Sweet Bunny versus Doug the Minotaur to determine the Chaos Cup champion and who will advance to the Blood Bowl at the end of the season. One game left in this first competition of the season, after which we'll take a break for a couple of weeks, and then the Spike Magazine Trophy will begin. We will be taking new coaches. Our season is structured in such a way that if you miss a competition or two in the season, you're definitely not out of it. You can start with a fresh team, and you can go all the way to the Blood Bowl. We saw that last season with Venger's team, in fact. But yeah, one game left in this first competition of the season. When that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check it out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch, or on our social media pages on Twitter, Mastodon, and Facebook. You can listen to our podcast, Mammal Talk, and watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl! Where else can you see Soy Rogers exterminate all the rats from the kitchen so Paul Funyon can enjoy his lunch? You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 2 on Steam. You can play it via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until the Chaos Cup Championship, ladies and gentlemen, take care and enjoy your Thursday evening.